Hello everyone, my name's Abraham, also known as Pug, in this case Pug of Mounjaro, but we all come on YouTube to try to see how people's experiences are, especially when it comes to, of course, this new medication, Mounjaro, and how things are going, how people's side effects and everything like that's going. But kind of the start. This is my first YouTube video, and where my whole journey started was back on February basically first. A few days before, I was in a long term relationship, and it kind of abruptly ended. And at that point, I needed to, of course, make a change and focus on myself and not worry about anything else. Start focus on health, myself, and try to figure out how I'm gonna move on from a 10-year relationship. And I made mistakes just like everyone else. Not perfect by any means, but hopefully throughout this journey, it's gonna it's gonna fix a lot of problems that I created by myself. But where where I started, I went to I signed up for the gym, did the whole check-in thing, and I started walking and changing my diet. And my boss and a few other coworkers, they started getting on some medication, and my boss, he lost a lot of weight really fast. And I heard him talking to one of my other coworkers, and they were talking about Mounjaro or Ozempic. It was Ozempic, and I was like, "What is that?" He's like, "Well, this is medication that that's been helping me to lose weight. It clears my hunger, and I'm not really getting that hungry, and it helps me lose weight." I was like, "Hmm." So I signed up, of course, to I went to the doctor, and before I went to the doctor, it was already about 2 3 weeks. So at that point, I probably lost maybe 10 15 pounds, give or take. And when I sat down, she said, "Okay, let's take your weight, let's take your blood pressure, and let's get you checked in because it's been a long time. As men, we don't we don't like to go to the doctor, and we don't like to be told what we already know. You're fat. I know. That's why I'm here." But when she took my weight and took blood pressure was high, very high. And when she took the weight, you know, you you have a number in your head because when you start, a lot of people, especially me, when I started, I didn't really want to look. So I'm thinking, you know, 430, 440. She says, "No, you're 460." And that's when it hit me. And of course, the next thing was, "Let's take your blood test. Let's take a blood test." I was like, "Oh, okay." So she took a blood sample, and she was like, "You're diabetic." And just like many of you, when when you first get told that, you don't believe it. You're like, "There's no way." Like, what did I eat today? Maybe what I ate today raised my A1C. I don't even know what the hell A1C was at the time. And she says, "No, it's 6.5, but we're gonna send you to go get a the blood test, and we'll see what the results are. But for the meantime, we'll start you off with the 2.5 on Manjaro, and we'll go from there." So after a few weeks of Beto Manjaro to 2.5, you know, you get the you get the hunger suppression, and you start making a little better decisions. But I cut out sugars, I cut out sodas, no fake sodas, no fake sugar, no bread, nothing, nothing bad. I had some chicharron, some pork rinds and things like that. But I changed my diet. Um, I completely 180. I drink healthy protein shakes in the morning with berries and oikos, which are the triple zeros, and and for lunch, I made a whole. whole difference. I don't eat out. I make my own food. I make sure that it's not salty. I make sure I get the right portions, and I do what I think that's of course good for me. But back to what we were talking about. About 2 weeks into it, I checked the program or checked the computer of when my when the next dosage is, or when I can get my next box. So it says right there that you're gonna have to call in and speak to the doctor again. So I call in. I'm like, hey, when can I be set up for the next dosage? She says, well, you need to go get your blood test. And I'm like, I really didn't want to, but I got to do it. So I went. I set up the appointment. I went to go get the blood test, and when the results came in, she called me and says, "We need to go over your results." So the place is right next to my work, so I walked over there, and she sat me down. So she says, "Well, you look like you lost a lot of weight." So yeah, I lost about 32 pounds. Yeah, you lost about 32 pounds in a few weeks. How's your diet going? How's everything going? Say, I think it's doing good. I'm taking care of myself, drinking a lot of water, and staying away from sugars and so forth. And she said, okay, well, your results came back, and you are diabetic. And for the second time, I, I failed. So she said, okay, we're gonna keep you on Mounjaro. We're gonna, of course, give you the 5, the 7.5, the 10, and so forth, and check back in 3 months and see how you are. So I went from the 6.5 to the 6.8, and I was like, how is that possible? And that's when she really broke it down. Was the the test is not just for what you had right now or the last few weeks of that you made a change. It's months, months of things are in your blood, months of crap that's in there that it's contaminating your blood, contaminating your system, contaminating everything. So it's going to take a long time for it to clear out. But in the meantime, just keep doing what you're doing, and hopefully you lose a lot more. It says, dog, when I come back, I'm down 100 pounds from when I started, and that was a few months ago. When I started the 5 milligrams, I watched the videos just like everyone else to know what they're getting into, and I prepared myself. I about Metamucil, about a bunch of vitamins, men's vitamins, and making sure I'm getting the minerals that I'm lacking from the food, and I'm trying to get testosterone support and things like that to kind of help out, and it definitely has made a big change, and I'll go over that on another video. But through the 5 milligrams, I really didn't have any symptoms. I had diarrhea maybe like 1 day, 1 2 days, but I made sure that I was on top of my meds, make sure I was top of my water, my intake, my vitamins, and everything so forth. And I made sure I got exercise almost every day. I started 5,000 steps a day, and then once I felt a little bit better, I'm going 8 to 10,000 steps a day. Right now, I'm good 9, 10, 11, 12, depending on the day. But at lunch, I'm making the change too. I eat my lunch, and then I go walk. I walk around at work. I walk about a mile, mile and a half when I'm at work. Just put my headphones on and jam out and walk around. Just try to make those little differences. Even my pugs, my pugs are losing weight as well because I'm taking them to the dog park a few times a week, and they're running around, getting their exercise, and they're I'm making a difference with them as well because back then I was giving what I was eating. I was giving them hamburgers or giving them pieces of pizza, pepperoni, and things that they shouldn't be having, but they're scraps. And that's what I was giving them. Now I'm giving them in the morning. I give them blueberries, give them some raspberries. I give them. I mean, I try to sneak a carrot every once in a while to them, but they seem to enjoy it. But when it comes down to where we're at, the 5 milligrams, it was okay. I think I lost about 22 pounds in that month, And I made a lot of changes, not only with my diet, with the walking, 'cause I started to walk quite a bit, but also I started implementing resistance bands, and like the heavy duty resistance bands, not the ones you get when you break your arm, the little cheapy ones. Now I'm talking about like heavy duty ones. And I want to get back to where I was, where I was able to lift a lot and just look out for myself. So the other day I started the 10 milligrams, and I started it on Thursday night. So I took it on Thursday night, which was two days ago, and so far so good. No weird symptoms. Man, the only thing I ever get is I do get is insomnia a little bit, but some of the vitamins and things I'm taking, the supplements, definitely help out. So if it wasn't for that, I don't know. I don't even know how it would go. But that's gonna be for another time. Today's Saturday. When I woke up, I got ready, showered, took the dogs to the dog park, walked around about a mile and a half with them, and sat down and enjoyed the sun while they're running around and being dogs. At least for the meantime, because here in Vegas, it was 68 degrees at 7 in the morning. So right now it's about 75, 78. In a few weeks, I won't be able to take them out. It'll be a little too hot for them, so I'm gonna have to do my workouts here at home, and that's the main reason why I bought quite a bit of things, steppers and ab crunchers, and so I'm gonna make a big change. Hopefully, hopefully this whole channel is gonna help out with keeping myself in line and hopefully I get some real information for you guys and let you know where I'm at and let me know where you're at. And thank you for tuning in and looking at my channel, and hopefully I inspire some people to join in and just remember, we're all in this together. Even though when you think you're alone, because I got no one else here, it's just I'm by myself, and I'm making these changes. So hopefully in the future I won't be by myself. But we're in this together as a family, as friends. We're gonna fail, but we're gonna get up and advance. You don't know how failure could lead to success. You don't want to know success until you truly failed. And I feel like right now, financially I'm okay, but physically I failed. But that could be fixed. Well, thank you for tuning in, and I'll be back on hopefully in the next few days with another video. I do appreciate your time. Love, peace, and I'm out.